Hey guys, and welcome. How are you all doing? How are you experiencing everything now? I would love to hear in the comments. As always, I really love hearing from you in the comments. It's intense nowadays. Probably a lot of people are feeling a lot of shifts in the energy. It's constantly moving. There's moments where it's like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen now? And then it's like everything is releasing, and then it's building. Like it's a constant moving and or movement and shift in how dense and how pressuring it feels. In my experience, and as always, the most important thing is to stay present with your experience of it. If what I can share is helpful for you in any way, it is great. If it's not, just discard it. Going forward, and I know I've been saying this before, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's so important. Going forward, trust you, commit to you, nurture your body, and listen to you. Let yourself change. Let yourself be different, even though it happens very quickly. Because we are going to shift, we are going to change a lot. And as everything is speeding up, it's what I've been shown and taken through today is really another acceleration of things that was brought to my attention. Things were already moving fast, but it has sped up even more. Which means that when we have been used to going through all these processes and then we shift and change slowly through the processes so that everyone around us as well can sort of keep up to our progression and how we're changing and the way we are, gradually shifting in our behaviors, in our patterns, in our thoughts, in our perceptions, everything. Now it's very important to get very clear on that. Are you feeling that you have to hold yourself back, or that you have to keep up with some sort of role that you're playing, or this is the way I've always been, or I cannot suddenly change so much or change this radically? Yes, you can. You are not responsible for other people than you. Now, of course, if you have children, you are responsible for your children. That's another thing. But I'm meaning the reactions from others, the change of others or lack thereof in your perspective is not your responsibility. We will experience very, very individual type of movement going forward. This is what I've been shown very clearly today. It's very important to stay focused on your path and to allow others to have their path. That means both having compassion, taking back, not trying to control or necessarily have to understand other people in your life and their path, how they are changing, and have to keep up with that or have to understand it. Just when you are in the space for it, you can be holding space for them. You can be there, you can talk whatever they need when you feel that you are in a space yourself where you can. But you are not the one to judge their path. You're not the one to decide whether they are doing the right thing or the wrong thing, whether they are moving in the right direction or wrong direction, whether they are making a right or wrong choice in some way. I've been shown that on a higher level, There are many choices that have been made over the last week, which will start playing out now quite soon. And of course, a lot of it even prior. There are a lot of soul contracts, really a lot of contracts now that are being released. Now, of course, if we want to choose to continue playing out whatever in a contract, we can do so. But we are free to change, and the energetics are going to force us to change rapidly. We can change both in really happy moments and epiphanies, and just suddenly seeing or understanding something, suddenly having a remembrance, suddenly having an inspiration. We can change from that. We can also change from grief and pressure and being sort of forced by a situation to think differently, to act differently, which will make us come out of our programs. Because what we are seeing is really the old illusion that is falling apart. This is a really good thing, as we all know. What to remember is that all the programming, all the old beliefs are a part of the structure of that illusion. And so that when a program or a structure we have built our life up on, that be ways of doing, that be behaviors, that be patterns, that be perspectives, that be people in our lives, that be, you know, what we enjoy doing or don't enjoy doing, it be relationships, everything can have been part of this structure are part of the structure of our life. As our programs are starting to shift, have been shifting for a long time, but now are really just going to be sort of crushed. So we get out of the old programming. We have to change the old beliefs. We realize, we see, we understand, we remember that this is not the truth. I am the truth. I remember the truth. I hold the truth. Then we stop looking external and we go internal. Even more than we have been doing. And we don't have to dig that deep, because the more programming, the more structures of programs and beliefs there are around us, the more we have to sit still, dig deep, and really take the time sort of to come underneath it. The more of this programming, the more of these beliefs, the more of these patterns that are dissolving, that are, you know, whether that is in an aha moment or in pure joy, or whether that is by really being crushed by a situation. No matter what way it happens, when these programs and these beliefs are dissolving in a really, really rapid way, it will create changes in our life. It will create a new way of being. It will create new interests, maybe new ways of doing, new connections, strengthening of some connections, dissolving of some connections. It's a process many of us have been through in many ways for a very long time, but really intensely now in July, really dissolving a lot in our lives, a lot of attachments, getting really, really sort of down to the core in a different way, is very much my experience, and I know also for quite some others. And it's a preparation for what is coming. It is a preparation of starting to let go of the things that we can see that is anyways going to go. For me, for example, this prior month, it has taken that I really stay with me, with my energy, to get really clear on things, because more information coming in, some different energies also that has been presenting themselves, and all these personal shifts in my life, it has taken that I have been engaging less in conversation with people than I normally have been, because I have really needed to stay in my own energy, to get really, really clear on what is mine and what is others, and to get really, really, I mean, I know that quite well from before, but not to get any sort of influence or any, I'm not really finding the right words, but to really, really get clear on what's mine, what's going on in my life, where I am being asked to shift, and where I really needed to put in the work to stand stronger, really, in myself. It's well, as I started to say, with these shifts and the programs of the illusion, the beliefs, really going to be dissolving in a very, very rapid pace. The more we can stand in ourselves, the more we can trust ourselves, the stronger we are. Trust you, trust your resonance, even though you don't always know. We don't always know. But not taking action in a state of fear or despair, or just coping someone else in the way they are handling something, anything that is disempowering or in reaction, is what we want to be really aware of, not going into, then coming back, resting into you, finding what's underneath here, what is triggered, what do I have to let go of, what is the best way for me to move forward from this. The more we are in fear, in despair, in a type of fight, flight, in a confusion type of state, the more difficult it is to find this within, the more difficult it is to really breathe into your heart and open the heart. Because we just stay with all the energy in those lower centers. If we can practice to breathe, to be in our body, to allow the changes, no matter what other people think, no matter what the other people in our lives are choosing to do, the more we can allow others to shift and to change and to walk their path, no matter how it looks, the more we also let the illusion in the spiritual community dissolve, because there are many belief systems within the spiritual community that will not come with us. The more we come back from distractions and stay with ourselves and really pay attention to what we want to create, what feels expansive in our hearts, what do I want to contribute with, what gives me joy, These things is what opens your heart. This is what you will start create the new from. If you're staying now, there's two very different things. Bypassing or suppressing any sort of fear response or any feeling of despair or frustration or anything of that that type of emotions is not what I'm asking you to do. It's very important to feel it and let it move through your body, but not staying in it. And remember, when you're in that state, to not take action from that state, but to let it move through your body before you take action on something, before you make a decision. And feel into your body. Does it feel expansive in my chest? Does it feel open? Or does it feel like a contraction? Does it feel like I'm needing to hide? That's the way your body is communicating with you. And you want to follow the expansion. You want to follow the open heart. You want to feel into and follow what feels open. The less you hold yourself back, the more strength you will have through the process. The more you can allow yourself to feel whatever you are feeling and let it move through your body. And then, when you can, move into joy, move into creation, and do what you want. Really feel into what you want and allow yourself to do that. Is important. Now, I've been shown, first of all, as I said today, that things are speeding up even more. I was shown that things are starting to unfold more rapidly pretty soon. I've seen I've seen people naturally remembering and moving into things, or how can I say this? Moving into what they are here to assist with through this transition. There will be a lot of people on the earth transitioning. There will be many people assisting them in their transition. There will be a lot of children starting to remember. There already are a lot of children remembering a lot, but there will be even more. What I was shown today is like there's almost like seeds, just within a lot of the children, and it will just suddenly turn on, and it will shift dramatically, very suddenly, a remembrance, and they will start doing things in a very different way, or they will start doing some practices, or especially maybe also working with the earth in the assistance, some type of energy work. Let them do it. Don't put any old way of thinking or old paradigm of how energy work looks, or how tuning into nature looks, or how connecting in looks, or how meditation looks, or let them do what they want to do, because they know a lot more than most of us do. The way I was shown it today is that it's like a dark thunderstorm moving across the earth. And when everything seems very chaotic, when everything seems to just blow away sort of in the wind, and you're just like, what is happening now? The more you are in your own center, in your own pillar, in your own energy, the stronger you are. And let the storm happen. If you fight the storm, we will only cause ourselves more suffering, because it is the old illusion that is falling. It is the old illusion that is sort of blowing away with this storm. I'm just tapping back in to see how, like what of the information I want shared, and how, yeah, they're bringing me back to the children. So when this storm is passing, it will seem a lot worse than it is, because the external will look like in the midst of a storm. It doesn't mean that everything is breaking down. It means that the old is clearing off so that a new can emerge, which is already happening. Energetically, already has happened, but we're seeing it playing out in the physical. These children that are awakening, what I was told today was that these children are already here. And they will wake up the nature when the storm has passed. What I saw was so beautiful. I was moved to tears. The way I saw these children just touching or looking at or connecting in with the nature, I saw it just lightening up. I saw it getting really, really vibrant and beautiful colors. I saw the vibration around, just moving up the trunk, out in the branches. I saw the leaves, I saw the vibrations of the leaves. Really vibrant, beautiful colors. The grass, all the plants, the flowers. It was just magnificent. It was amazing. The children will be doing this. And if you know someone or yourself have kids who are suddenly starting to remember or to know or to connect in, let them do it in their own way. Be there as an open-minded, grounding, loving support for them, without judgment, without a I know better than you type of attitude because I'm a grown-up or whatever, because they will bring in very new ways, and we need to listen. It's not our job or the parents' job or the adults' job to wake them up. They are, if they're not awake at the moment, they will wake up at the exact moment when they are supposed to wake up. You just need to be there and to know what's happening. So the reason why I'm being asked to share this is that when you have the knowing that this may happen, or if you see people that are not aware of this information and they suddenly start to experience these things with their children, you can hold the knowing that this is totally normal. This is nothing weird, even though it can look weird in compared to how things have been. To know that it's safe, and to just hold that groundedness and be open-minded and let them explore this in their own pace, in their own ways, because it will be different. And they know, they really, really do know. And then listen to them when they want to share. There are many children here that are playing a big role in the new that will be emerging, and it looks amazingly beautiful. So even though things will be intense, will look like the worst storm, know that it's not really getting worse. It's the program, the manipulation, control, all of that, which is falling off. Let yourself change. Let yourself change rapidly. Don't hold yourself back, and respect others' path. You cannot change anyone. You cannot hold them back from any path or make them shift path. You can only have compassion, be there, and let people ask you if they want to have any support, if they want to have any information that you might have. But pay attention to you, commit to you first and foremost, and take well care of your body. And come back to you again and again of distractions, because that's when you are the strongest, and that's when you can hear your guidance. I hope this is helpful. Please share if it resonates. I love hearing from you in the comments. It's going to be beautiful. It is. Take well care of yourself. Have a lot of compassion for the people around you. I will see you in the next video, and thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.